Andy, you're next.
I just saw a really horrifying statistic the other day. 37% of American families where the couple is 30 or younger are living in poverty in this country. 37%. So a lot of you who came here 50 years ago when land was cheap, you're just lucky because, as I am, because we were born earlier. Every generation has to pay more and more and more. And right now, our economy is not going into a double dip. It's collapsing. We're hitting the limits ecologically. I was just reading a book by a Greenpeace president, and he's a businessman. And he studied these reports that came out that looked at major qualities that we get from nature. Temperature regulation, water, all of these things. And how close we were to getting the point of collapse of these things. And I think there are about 11 of them. 3 of them were way beyond what we can tolerate. And in fact, we're at 140% of sustainability now. In other words, we're 40% over what we can do. We are living off of the capital that we should be leaving for our kids. We should be living off of the interest. Now, I was homeless for 5 years. I was in Berkeley. I had no drug problem, no alcohol problem, nothing. I had PTSD because I went through the Oakland firestorm and lost everything I owned because my 2 organizing partners were car bombed. Okay, so people have nowadays go through a lot of abuse. And then someone comes along and says, how come you aren't going to treat me with respect? Well, I'll tell you something. If you don't want homeless people, stop creating them by voting for Republicans.
Yeah.
Democrats.
Yeah.
We do things like Ronald Reagan, like closing the mental hospital, putting people on.
It makes no difference who's the president of this
Okay,
country.
let's let him finish, please.
Now, some of you who have been involved in this have had problems for a long time. I've only been involved in helping homeless people for 4 years. But I'll tell you something. 4 years ago, there wasn't this kind of discussion here. This is actually a lot of progress. I'm so thrilled that we are coming together to do this, even though there's a lot that we don't agree on. So please continue doing that. And let's see, the last thing. Oh, yes. 4 years ago, when I first started doing this, people like Deborah and Dottie and Patty Rose and other people were working one-on-one with a lot of people. And I don't know if you've noticed it, but a whole bunch of those people who were homeless 4 years ago are not anymore. What we have is another wave coming in. We got to get used to it. Because of these wars, because of the policies, we're going to have tent cities. This is not the fault of the people who are on the streets. Sure, a lot of them have bad behavior, but so do a lot of us.
Thank you, Andy.